I have no words. Guard your kidneys. Let's go. Hey River Babes, I'm your host Leanne Aguilera, and this is your Sweetwater Secrets after show for episode 56, The Dark Secret of Harvest House, which takes the cake as the most mind-blowingly insane episode we've ever had on Riverdale.
Riverdale is broken.
Now I'm going to be unleashing a terrifyingly honest round of hisses and kisses, and then gifting you with an exclusive montage of Lily Reinhart, Cole Sprouse, and more of your favorite Riverdale stars revealing a big secret to me.
Okay, what is it?
But first, hold on tight and get ready for a whirlwind of crazy as we recap what the hell just happened in the Blue and Gold breakdown. With Betty now fully infiltrating the farm, she discovered a number of mind-blowing secrets. Turns out, Edgar has been hypnotizing his farmies during their creepy little sessions, and then while they're under his spell, he's having other farmies pretend to be the person they're trying to communicate with.
How?
Yeah, for example, in Betty's first session, she thought she was communicating with her shadow self, Betty. But when Betty wore wax in her ears to block out Edgar's hypnosis, she realized it was Polly dressing up as Betty to try and trick her and plant dark seeds in her mind.
You're a killer, just like Dad. And it's time that you embrace that.
As if that wasn't weird enough, we had an even bigger what the farm revelation this week when Betty discovered that the kids are being forced to have surgery.
He transforms our emotional pain into physical pain, so it's easier to treat and banish.
Betty was understandably confused, but when she lifted up Kevin's shirt and saw a nasty, massive scar, it all became clear.
Oh, they took my freaking kidney.
Turns out things are way more effed up than we could have ever imagined. Betty discovered a secret room that's filled with all these harvested organs, and that the farm is manipulating and deceiving kids and then cutting out their body parts. And honestly, I cannot believe this is a storyline, and I cannot believe that this is actually happening.
Shun the non-believer. Shun.
Fine. Anyways, Betty managed to finally wake Cheryl up from her farmy haze by throwing a beach cooler filled with a spleen or whatever in her face, and then Cheryl freaked out and went to rescue Tony from her procedure.
Get your hands off my girlfriend!
They ran like hell, and then Cheryl sacrificed herself so Tony could escape into the night wearing nothing but a hospital gown because fashion.
Now you just sound cuckoo pants.
But the worst part of it all is that Kevin and Fangs physically dragged Betty into Edgar's clutches, and the episode ended with him strapping her down and forcing her into surgery. I'm not making this up. As for Jughead, well, first he went to stop little Ricky from ascending, and just as I was shocked to realize that we were actually seeing Fox Woods in the middle of the day, a tribe of psychotic little Boy Scouts chased him through the woods, and sure, why not?
What is the meaning of this?
While safely in the bunker, he found Ethel, hey there she is, who's still completely deluded by the Gargoyle King and is now just straight up stealing iconic lines from other properties and not doing a very good job of it either.
Help me, Jughead Jones. You're my only hope.
Long story short, they go off to find one of her missing lost boys instead of abandoning him like they should have, and then the Black Hood showed up, hurt the hell out of my ears with his stupid hook, and then ran around for a while, and Jughead trapped him in the magic school bus from hell. As a reward for his bravery, Princess Etheline told Jughead the identity of the Gargoyle King. What?
Jason Blossom is the Gargoyle King.
Yep. And to confirm it, Jughead dug up Jason Blossom's grave and found an empty casket because apparently we can't have nice things.
It's vital we keep up appearances.
As for Archie, well, he and Veronica teamed up with the cops to catch Hiram red-handed doing something illegal, which is like something he does every day.
Yeah, Ronnie, your dad sucks.
So the brilliant plan that they came up with was to force Archie, a teenager, to challenge Hiram, a super ripped adult, to an illegal boxing match, while Veronica took illegal bets on the fight at La Bonne Nuit.
Really illegal.
And then when the cops showed up and raided the place, Ronnie was able to blame it all on her father.
I won.
Now Hiram's in jail, and since Archie somehow survived another brutal boxing match, he went to confess his love for Veronica, which leads us to this week's rendition of 7 Seconds in Heaven. Things were very light this week, and the only real romantic highlight of the episode was the fact that Mary Andrews proved to us that she's not just a regular mom, she's a cool shipper mom.
Well, personally, I think you're endgame.
But in a bizarre twist, when Archie showed up to get his girl, it appeared that she had already been taken. She told Reggie that she wanted to rekindle their veggie flame.
That is what I said.
Nothing in this scene made any sense. Why has Archie been flirting like crazy, but then the second that Veronica gets around Reggie, a guy she already dumped, she picks him? Is this payback for Archie, Ronnie?
None of it matters.
Whatever. Things with brainwashed Shoni were sweet, but then heartbreaking when Cheryl sacrificed herself for Tony, and now I have nothing else to say, which leads us into hisses and kisses. The first and biggest hiss I've ever had in this show is going to Edgar Evernever. Congratulations, Edgar. Because of the fact that you are cutting body parts out of teenagers against their will, you're now worse than Hiram, the Black Hood, and the Gargoyle King combined.
This is just the beginning.
And speaking of the Gargoyle King, and if it really is Jason Blossom, I'm sending a hiss to that too. None of this makes sense anymore. Are you kidding me? Kevin found Jason's dead, water-bloated corpse in the Sweetwater River in the pilot. How do you explain that? A twin?
Oh my God, Jason, he was shot.
So hisses to Dr. Curdle Jr. and his equally incompetent father, because at this point, I don't know who else to blame for the fact that all the dead people in this crazy little town aren't actually dead.
It's not an easy task.
Tallboy, Clifford Blossom, Sheriff Minetta, the list goes on and on and on, and now that Jason Blossom is apparently not actually dead, well, this twist that keeps happening over and over and over again is just lazy at this point and frustrating and not exciting to watch anymore.
Don't ever do that again.
And the hisses just keep on coming, so hisses to everything else at the farm, especially to Alison Polly, who are trying to brainwash Betty into thinking that she's got serial killer tendencies hiding in her genes.
What are you talking about?
Also, nice try, Polly. You're the psychopath, and you could never pull off Betty's signature style.
Betty's ponytail is iconic and beyond reproach.
I'm going to give a little kiss to Veronica's sweet angel voice. Although I'm following it up with a big hiss because I'm tired of pairing a song with Archie's boxing matches. It doesn't make them more interesting to watch.
And it made me very, very angry.
Switching fully over into kisses. Kisses to the fact that Mary Andrews has a wealth of interesting friends that she's made in her college days at Sarah Florence. And the fact that she seems to hate Hiram as much as we do.
After everything that Hiram has done to you and to your dad and to this town, I want to watch.
And after watching this week's insanely confusing and weird episode, and we try to figure out how the hell we got to this place,
It's Riverdale.
I want to remind you, River Babes, that all of this craziness of the season was sparked by a game called Griffins and Gargoyles. So my last kiss goes to the stars of Riverdale for revealing to me that they don't even understand the rules of this game. Do you understand how G&G works?
Do I? Not entirely. No, not entirely. It's confusing.
It's very confusing.
And I don't want to understand the rules of G&G. That's how you get in trouble. I don't understand that. I don't understand Ouija boards. I don't understand any of that. No.
I still don't know. Still trying to figure it out.
I honestly have no idea how G&G works.
I think I have a pretty good grasp on it.
It's all making sense. All of this is becoming clear.
I think Cole had either played the game or had played something similar to the game or I don't know. He was explaining things that I don't really understand how he knew. I remember him trying to tell us what was what and where it goes because it may be similar to some other type of like story-ish sort of game.
I know it's somewhat like Dungeons and Dragons, based off of that. So it's more of a role-playing improv sort of game with a game board as kind of a general outline.
You know, when we go on set, they just kind of put it in front of us and I roll the dice and I have no idea and I haven't looked much into it. Cole really knows. Him and his brother used to play it.
Or like Dungeons and
Dragons,
yeah,
that's the equivalent.
We thought it was just a game, a stupid role-playing game, but it's not.
Unlike Dungeons and Dragons, which is much more improvisational,
Yeah.
and the Game Master has much more improvisation for something like D&D, G&G is as if the Game Master simply serves as a middleman to the improv of the characters and the force that's sort of doing evil with the game at large. So that's kind of my understanding of it, is that the Game Master receives either some unholy inspiration or the game is legitimately laid out for them.
Your mission was unsuccessful. Everyone dies.
And now we're done. Thank you so much for bearing with me through this week's episode, and be sure to check back next week for our live Sweetwater Secrets preview for the Season 3 finale of Riverdale, Chapter 57, Apocalypto. Okay, bye. But first, if you had fun with me in this video, then please give me a like and then head on down to the comments to tell me your thoughts about this bonkers episode. Do you think Jason Blossom is actually alive? How do you feel about Cheryl's sacrifice and the fact that Veronica chose Reggie over Archie? And what do you think is going to happen in the finale? Share it all with me, and I'll see you next time for our last Sweetwater Secrets episodes of the season.